What's up, guys? We're back
Pew,
for
pew, pew,
another episode
pew,
of the
pew,
Misguided Misfits
pew.
podcast. As always, it's your girls, Pips.
And ISIS.
And I don't know what has happened to me recently. Like, Isis swears it's because I was pregnant, which I'm not pregnant for the record, but I've been so emotional going down memory lane. Like, I was looking at scrapbooks and everything this year, not this year, but today and this week. And I don't know why I've been so emotional. I don't know if it's because we're getting older or like maybe we're feeling more nostalgic because the graduations and the proms and all that. But oh my goodness, I have come to grips with us being in our 30s. Like,
Time is just moving by fast. You about to have a whole 2-year-old.
bro, and I'm so excited about her birthday party. This year's theme is Tea for Two. And so we're going to have a small gathering. And if you can see Isis right now, she's staring at me because she doesn't believe that I'm going to have a small gathering. But I'm going to have a small gathering for all of my friends that have daughters. Okay. And we're going to I want them to be super dressed up. And we're going to have a really nice tea party with macarons and sandwiches.
You say
And
macarons?
that's what it's called. Macaroons and macarons are not the same thing. Okay, they're two
Uh,
different cookies. Macarons are those sandwich ones that you.
Excuse me, I miss bake.
Bro, first off, I'm gonna need you to watch a Great British Baking Show so you can get the tea. And then macaroons are the cookies that kind of look like seashells that you can get at Starbucks sometimes. Okay, that's your baking lesson for today. And can we say that I don't like the taste of macarons?
I
Like,
don't know if I've ever had one before.
they are so adorable, but I don't like the taste of them.
I feel like
But
it tastes like flavored styrofoam.
it's not that. It's kind of like, to me, it's like sweet gummy like if gum and cookies had a baby. It's like super gummy. Maybe I didn't have a good one, whatever. I think they're adorable. I think they look really cute on like charcuterie boards and little tiered stuff or whatever. I think they look cute, so I'm gonna have them at the party, but I don't really care for the taste of them. And they're a pain in the ass to make. But I'm super excited. I've been kind of slowly getting stuff for the party. I want it to be kind of like whimsical. Like my house is turning into Party City. Like legit, I was going through all of because I'm one of those people, I'd rather pay for whatever the thing is. So like I bought a balloon blower. We have like the arches and all that stuff. I'd rather pay for it and own it. We have a bounce house that we own. And instead of me renting a bounce house every year, we bought a kid sized bounce house. Well, my mother bought a kid sized bounce house for us to have for her parties up until she kind of phases out of that size. Honestly, I think till she's about 6 or 7, maybe 6, we can go and get like a bigger bounce house and have that in our repertoire or whatever. But I'm so excited. I love party planning for my family. I don't want to do it for anybody else. I don't want to bake for anybody else. But I'm really loving this like mom era. Like I'm baking bread and baking cakes and farming. Like the garden is flourishing. And people like, you went down to Alabama and turned into a Southern girl. And technically, on my birth certificate, I'm from Alabama, okay? But it's Chicago till I die. But technically, I've always had a little bit of Southern in me, and I'm really loving experiencing it as a mother or whatever. But y'all making me feel old.
And here
I'm
I am. I just had Chinese food for breakfast.
I love the spectrum of growing up because I've definitely had Chinese food for breakfast, but I made pancakes for breakfast, I think. And I made the mix from scratch, not because I wanted to, but because I was out of pancake mix and it's just way easier and cheaper to just make pancake mix from. I'm sure that everybody has the ingredients in their house right now to make pancake mix. And I know Aunt Jemima got us in the chokehold, but sometimes. Just make it
We
from
don't
home
even
one
buy
time.
Aunt Mama. We buy generic.
Oh, girl. I'm not gonna lie though, not what's it called? Walmart does have a really good buttermilk pancake mix. It's really, really good. It comes in like
Honestly,
a
it's
white
trial and
box.
error in this house because my mom will buy something if it's on sale, and then we have to see if we like it, and then if we don't like it, then we don't get that no more. But
Mm,
it's very much trial and error in this house.
I don't know. I'm bougie. I literally, for the first time ever, not ever, but ever, I bought non-craft American cheese, bruh. And it was actually good. Like, I bought some Borgen. Is it Borden?
Board,
Borden.
yeah, they have good cheese. That's
They
usually
have
what we
so
get.
good
Yeah, their cheese
cheese.
is good. It melt good. It's
Yes.
good. Yeah.
And if you guys are listening to this and you're not in America, all American cheese is not created equal, okay? Like for years I would only buy Kraft American cheese, which to me is still the best American cheese.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
Also,
it,
we are talking about artificial. This
yes,
is
like
not
I'm not
real
talking about
cheese.
sharp cheddar, none of that.
Yeah.
We talk about American cheese right now. And I was in the store in Publix the other day, and we needed some cheese, and they had the Borden cheese
Because
buy
that's the
one get
one in
one
the
free.
red packaging, right?
It's either red or orange or something like that.
Yeah, like with a cow on it.
Yes, with the cow. And so
Hmm.
I was like, okay, Q, we need to save money. So I went ahead and got the Borden cheese, and when I tell you, amazing. Like, ugh, so good. So I'm super excited because normally that brand is on sale a lot of the times at Publix. So I found a new favorite American cheese because normally I'm really bougie on certain things. Like I'll buy name brand. It has to be name brand ketchup, name brand cereal, name brand cheese.
Yeah,
Everything else you
definitely,
can kind of play around with.
definitely name brand cereal. The cheese, we normally get the Borden. My mama got some type of cheese in there that I ain't ate yet because it don't melt good. I was just like,
Mm.
I'm not about to be doing this. But normally I think she get the Borden cheese, and yeah, everything else is kind of, if it's on sale, we'll try it. If we don't like it, then we know not to get it no more. But yeah, everything else is swapping and switching out.
Yeah, because I'm a coupon connoisseur. And at this time, like, I really feel like I have to get what's on sale because, you know, I feel like everybody is kind of dealing with the same thing when it comes to like finances right now and couponing. And I don't call myself an extreme couponer because I think some people that do extreme couponing buy things that they don't need just because they're on sale. So when I do like my bulk couponing, I'm buying stuff that you're always going to use: soap, shampoo, conditioner, toilet paper, paper towels, dish soap, laundry detergent, things like that. Like I'm not just going and buying 100 cases of mustard because they're on sale. Like that's, I think to me, that's
Unless it's
wasteful.
something to where you're giving that away, I don't understand why people would buy that and unless you have a really big family. Like sometimes I see people, they have like five, it's like a family of like 7 or 8, and they
Yeah.
got like small kids. So that some stuff makes sense. But if it's just a family of 4 and you buying in bulk like that, or maybe, sometimes you giving away to your other family members, or, whatever, your sister's, brother's family. But just to have it just sitting there and doing nothing with it, just to say you have it, just to have it, makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, it's definitely a waste. And I see a lot of people who go through food because they're getting stuff that they don't need. And I'm in like a billion Facebook groups. I'm in like chats online to kind of see about different things that are on sale. So
Honestly, I think extreme coupon, because I think extreme couponing, that show kind of like skewed
yeah.
people's mindsets, because those people was buying a whole lot of stuff. But if you look back on it, them people did have either a lot of kids or they had went through something financially But I don't think them people was just holding that stuff up in their house, like food and stuff, because they was probably donated or something after the show. But you know, they don't really tell you that type of stuff, because there's no way.
Yeah, I think that that show also kind of ruined it for a lot of couponing now because it's not the same as how it it used to be. Like you used to be able to get like the store would stack on coupons. Like you used to be able to use paper and blah blah blah. Like now it's so strict and like I do a lot of couponing at Dollar General, and I remember I went to the store and I know that this coupon, because you know you can kind of play it. I'm not gonna get into the whole couponing thing, but there's like ways that you can kind of figure out what your total is gonna be before you even get to the place. And the lady was just like, "Well, I have the app showing her like this is I'm supposed to get this for this price." She's like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you." And you know me as a person, I'm the most non-confront. What's it called? Confrontational person that you'll ever meet. Like if you leave me alone, I will never mess with you or whatever. But when the time comes for me to let all of that out into the inner universe, like I went off of her. She was like, "Well, I'll just do it this time, but just know next time when you come in, I'm not gonna honor this coupon." I'm like, sometimes people kill me. Like you don't own this company. You just work here. Like it's okay. Like
But
chill
especially if
out.
it's something like that. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I live in Chicago, so it's a different type of situation. Because people will be scamming really, really bad, or people just be lying for no reason about certain stuff. But you live in a small area; it ain't that deep. But sometimes I just like the other day, this lady, something was wrong with her order. She had brought it back to get a refund, and we end up having what she needed. So I was telling her, you know, I can price match to whatever price I seen online. She was like, well, can you price match to this? Because when I called, they said they would give it to me for this price, but something happened to where da da da. I said, and it was only like a $4 or $5 difference. I was like, yeah, I just give it to you for that price because there's no need for me to argue back and forth with certain stuff because somebody else was supposed to be handling the situation and they didn't handle it. So it's kind of like the lady done already talked to somebody. It didn't get handled. She done came back here with all this stuff, and now you know, some stuff would just be like, and then it's not like she didn't have proof of, you know,
Mm, yeah, and that's kind of how I felt about it. I had the app showing you that this is the price it's supposed to be, and you doing all that. Like when I worked in a store, I'm not one of those the customer's always right because you're not always right. And I don't know who came up with that phrase, like the customer's always right. Like we work at this particular place or whatever, we kind of know what's going on. And I think a lot of customers think that we be purposely trying to scam them or we be buying shit and hiding it in the back. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, like we barely make enough money to pay our bills. We don't got time to be buying stuff from the place that we work and hiding it from y'all. But I normally try to do as much as I can to help people out. As long as you come at the person in a nice way, most of the time it's nothing that these employees won't do for you. They'll be like, oh, okay, girl, it's a click of a button to give you a coupon.
because honestly, at that point, is I already don't want to be here. I don't want to have this interaction with you. Like if I didn't want to have this extra interaction with you that I really didn't need to have. So if it's something that I can just be like, here, whatever, get out of my face, type of deal, I'm going to do it. Like I'm not like I don't already don't want to be here, and I don't want to like. But when they start off with the attitude, like, cause sometimes like people coming there with coupons that's expired, and
Mm,
technically we don't have to take it. It do give us an option to override it, but I mean your
mm,
coupon is expired. Like, bro, you knew your coupon was expired when you came in here, so you have to explain to them like, okay, it's expired, and I'll do it this time, but. Cause it do make it. I'm not gonna lie. When you do like little stuff and let customers slide, it do make it harder for the next person when they
yeah,
doing
yeah.
their job. When they actually, doing their job. So sometimes you just have to explain to people like, X, Y, and Z. But
Oh my God. And that goes for, and this is not even on the docket for us to talk about, but this goes for managers. If you're a manager at a retail environment and you have a policy, follow that policy, because there's been multiple times me as an employee, I'm following the policy that you guys have put into place. You're telling us that this is what we're supposed to be doing, and I'm like, no ma'am, this is the policy. Can you call the manager? You be like, yeah, let me get the manager, because you like, he finna back me up because I'm following the policy. And then if you go and override me and be like, oh, I'll just do it for them, like in the customer's mind, they like, yeah, bitch, do it, you pencil pushing bitch. And you be like, I'm just doing my job. And when you come over and don't have my back, it makes it look bad in front of the customers, like either I
yeah,
don't know what I'm doing or that they can just ask for the manager and get whatever they want. And that's what I feel like is the issue
yeah,
or
because
whatever.
bro, this freaking graduation season, prom season, having to deal with these people that's coming in trying to do stuff last minute is that, first of all, also side note, can y'all please get y'all business done in a timely fashion? Because just like you got all this stuff that you need to do by a certain time, there are hundreds of other people that's coming in
Mm,
this establishment that need to get their stuff done in about the same time frame. I am so sorry that your baby waited last minute to let you know that they wanted to go to prom and graduation. You need to sit down with your 17-year-old, 18-year-old baby and let them know, hey, we could do this, but it's certain things that you're not gonna have
yeah, yeah,
because you can't come in my job and try to inconvenience us because of some stuff that you're trying to do the last minute. I am so sorry that like a lady
and
came in and it was supposed to be like senior night or something. And she worked at the school. She wasn't even a parent. She worked at the school and she was like, oh, it's last minute and they not gonna have nothing. I said, well, ma'am, I'm so sorry. It was like 6 o'clock at night. Like, girl, and it was that night. I'm like, girl, I don't know what to tell you, but we can't do this last minute. I'm so sorry.
yeah. And I feel like, especially when it comes to prom and things like that, graduation, you knew your child was going to be graduating. Let's just say your child may not have been the smartest child or whatever. At the very least, you knew that they was graduating that year. But for real, you have 4 years to plan for this. And just because you haven't done what you're supposed to do on your side does not mean that it's an emergency for me.
Bro, but it's always they waited last minute to tell me, well, who the parent and who the child?
I'm
Because
not gonna lie though.
last time I checked, that's why I didn't do a lot of stuff. Because if it was something somebody asked me something to do last minute and they was trying to do it, I already knew my mom was gonna say no, so I couldn't do it.
Bro,
It was
I
gonna be a
definitely
no.
lied on my mama a bunch of times when it came to, yeah, my mama said no, y'all. I'm sorry, because I either didn't want to deal with asking her or I didn't really want to go. So if I told y'all my mama said I couldn't go, honestly, I'm gonna say 8 out of 10, I just didn't want to go. There was only one friend my entire like childhood that I could like spend a night over at their house. And I'm surprised my mama said yes, because she did have like her mother and father was together at the time or whatever when I was going over there. Really more so it was her dad was raising them, but that's another story for another day. Um but she did not play that. I got to see the house. I got to see, do they got brothers? Do they got fathers? Like
But and
what's
my
going
thing is,
on?
they talking about they want to do this tonight. By the time you do all this, it's gonna be over with.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be no. I can't go.
Yeah, and I get it. And honestly, every time I did ask my mama to go somewhere, like I end up being irritated that I'm even at this place and I'm ready to go. Like I still can't get over it. I know, I think I told the story on the pod, but I'm still traumatized from going to that slumber party and her mama making us clean up her house. And we found all type of mummified foods underneath the bed. And they basically was holding us hostage so
And
they
you
can
know
have
what?
free
As an
labor.
adult now, and you had different experiences, and you be going to, as an adult, you can go to different people's houses. I see, not, first of all, for safety reasons, of course, because you don't know what people be having going on in their house. but also for the cleanliness of it, because
Oh
you go
my
in some people's
God.
house and you be like, you knew somebody was coming over, right? Like, I'm not
Bruh,
saying it gotta
see,
be immaculate, but
bruh, I seen a post. Basically, I want my house to look like I don't even live here. Like that's how I feel. Like I have so much anxiety when people come up to my house.
especially when you know somebody is coming over, that's like if it was just a spontaneous thing, if I catch you off guard, whatever. I mean, not whatever. You shouldn't be living in complete filth. But if I catch you off guard, it's a little junky or something, you got something going on, that's one thing. But if this is a pre-planned,
Yeah,
somebody is coming to your house and it looked like you just said fuck it,
yeah,
like
and I think there's a difference too between being junky and being nasty.
nasty.
Like if you come over to my house right now, there's toys all over the living room, and I'm gonna tell you, you may not believe this, but we pick up the toys every night. And every morning we hear that sound that every parent knows of the toy box being emptied onto the floor. Like I have nightmares about that sound. So
But some stuff like that's okay. You got a kid. People know kids have stuff everywhere. Like that's, but it's a difference when if it's toys and food wrappers
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff from last week,
yeah.
like
Don't get me. Oh my God, I don't.
clothes.
I think too that there's been like this influx of like influencers and like day of the life. Let me make my child's lunch. There's been a bunch of people being like, uh, clean up the house with me. And if you intentionally let your house get nasty and dirty because you want to film yourself cleaning it for social media, please go get some help, because there are people who deal with depression and anxiety and postpartum and all this stuff that will make it hard for them to clean up. Like there's times where I know that you don't want to get out the bed and things like that. That's a different thing. But if you're on purpose doing this out of laziness and disgust and for views, like please go get some couch time, because I've been seeing so many people be like, let's clean up my house together. It's been 6 months since I've cleaned up or taken out the trash or whatever. Let's do it today. And I'd be like,
But it be the ones, or it be like almost every single day they house look like that, or every couple. And I'm like, now,
bro,
come
we
on.
all watch Barney and we know clean up, everybody clean up. Okay.
Because and they be like, well, kids, and I get it. I don't have kids, so I don't fully understand, but I do empathize with parents. Like, I get it. Like, kids can be messy, kids can it be a lot. Like, you can't keep up trying to run after them all day every day to pick up behind them to do whatever. But when your kids get to a certain age,
Mhm.
it's time they gonna have to learn how to clean up. And don't get me wrong, because as a kid I was junky, and my mom, it would be days I would come back home and my mom then threw almost all my stuff away out my
Bruh.
room to clean it, because I wasn't cleaning like I was supposed to be. But at some point y'all gonna have to have y'all. I'm sorry, y'all can't keep saying my kids, I still want them to be a kid, that they do clean up. It don't look like it. It
And
look
that's
like you just let them
like,
do whatever they want to do.
bruh, I want to tell y'all, my mama did not play that shit when it came to cleaning up. Like, even back when me and my sister shared a room, my mother would do a thing. You know, when you hear that music on Sunday, you already know what it is. You got to wake up and pretend like you've been cleaning up the whole time or whatever. And my mom would do a thing. She would come and do an inspection of our room to make sure it was clean. And if she found a piece of paper on the floor, she would dump everything off in the middle of the floor again and make us start over.
Cause
And
I'm like, I understand kids need to be kids, but kids also need to learn life skills. And cleaning up is a skill that they're gonna have to learn once they
and
get
not
older.
just little girls, boys,
Yes.
all everybody, cleaning, cooking, laundry. That is a skill that every person should know.
Yeah. I'm not saying let them be slaves. That's not what I'm saying. Cause some of y'all be taking it a little bit too far. But contributing, making sure they know how to do that stuff is very important. It shouldn't, and I think that's what it kind of seems like it boils down to, is that the mom is having to do everything. Because I be
Mm,
like, where your husband at? And I understand you might be a stay at home mom or whatever, and your husband works, so it's certain
bruh, that do
expectations. Like
not
if you
mean that you just because you a stay at
but
home
if you
mama,
got five
girl,
kids and you a stay at home mama and you got five small kids and he just come in and he do whatever the fuck he want to do and go about the rest of his night and you having to clean up, I'd be burnt out too. I don't even want to clean up behind myself most days.
bruh,
And I'm supposed to clean up behind six other people plus myself? Absolutely
bruh.
not.
Yeah, no. And I think people get so confused when it comes to like stay at home moms or whatever, that they feel like that means that they should do everything or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm not finna be a slave for somebody just because you paying the bills. And I don't know. I just don't want nobody to feel like they got some kind of control over me. That's a no for me, dog. But let's actually get into the topics of this week, because we've gone on a tangent and we will go on forever and ever and ever if we let it. So, first things first, it's been a crazy 2024 and I blame Cat Williams. I don't know what is in that cognac. I don't know what Shannon
You
Sharp
gotta
got
you
in that,
gotta you gotta start at blaming Shannon Sharp first, and then Cat for having a show that put Cat Williams on there,
because
and
I don't
Cat
know what
Williams
he
is next
had
to
in
blame.
that damn that cognac, because everybody been spilling all their souls on there this year. And it's been the year of just truth, I guess, as you can call it. And so we know everything that's going on with Diddy or whatever. And I just think it's crazy that Biggie's mother came out. And I don't, are they saying allegedly now that Diddy had something to do? Is that what they insinuating? Is that he had something to do
So
with?
before all of this, I've seen a couple of times where people have insinuated. So when he first him and Cassie had broke up, it was like people was talking about it, and then when he was with Carisha, people was talking about it. It's always been a thing of people talking about Diddy had something to do with Biggie's murder, from
Okay.
what I've been seeing.
And this is all alleged or whatever, because we don't know. None of us were there, and we're all just speculating. And I think that we kind of live in the prison. We're like prisoners of the moment. Whatever is popping at the very moment is what's everybody is talking about. And so Diddy's mother, not Diddy's mother, uh Biggie's mother did an interview, and they asked her basically like, what do you think about what's going on? Blah blah blah. And she was just like, if I saw him, I would slap him in the face or something like that. And I believe you should be able to say whatever you want to say whenever you want to say it. But sometimes no comment is okay.
But also,
Like,
it's this not giving her a pass. She is old at this point, and we all know how old people be. And she probably still grieving the loss of her son, the what ifs, and all this, that, and the third.
yeah, yeah,
You see somebody who he was associated with, still living his life, still low key kind of making money off of him,
yeah.
and
Keith.
all this, that, and the third. Like, so it ain't no excuse, but I mean, my
Because
son was
until we
dead.
know for sure, because
But
I'm this is
also,
the
has Diddy ever come out and said, like, because I don't know if he's ever come out and said that, no, I don't have anything to do with this. Because if it's stuff circulating, insinuating that I killed my best friend or somebody that I was close with,
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. I don't remember, because when that happened, we were born, but it was kind of like
we
we were
was like
still
3 or 4,
children.
like,
Yeah, we
five.
were 4 years old when that happened. And I know a lot about like the Tupac situation because my father is a really big Tupac fan. So I've kind of gotten into the music more now as a teenager and as an adult than when it was actually happening. But I don't even. I don't think that he even had to say, "Hey, I didn't have anything to do with it," because it was rumors and whispers or whatever. But I don't necessarily think that people was for real. Like, yeah, he did that shit. And I
The
think
stuff,
now it's easy to kind of point the finger at him because he's the villain of 2024 right
yeah.
now.
Well, at this point though, since he lied so bad about that Cassie thing, I don't
Yeah,
even
it's like
think
people
anything
are
he
like
can say.
everything you said is a lie, and
It's just,
so
it kind of makes it hard to not be like, you are a liar because you beat that girl real,
yeah,
real bad.
yeah, yeah.
It wasn't like you just pushed her or something. Like, you beat her real, real bad.
Yeah, and on camera, like
Yeah,
that's the hard thing because people hear about stuff all the time or whatever the case may be, and but to see it kind of makes everything just a lot more real, and people are kind of like, nah, let's really kind of look into this and see.
bro. And gave that sorry ass apology.
I still can't get over that. I know we talked about it last week, but I was just like, sir, just
Bro,
go sit down somewhere. And then apparently, his son is like, we good over here. Like, can you tell your
shut
son,
up. What is
like,
that mama's
dude,
egg? They being
like,
done right along. Diddy is paying all of them really, really good. Because I would have to call my child and be like, shut your ass up.
yeah, allegedly, uh, because honestly, you making it worse. Like, be quiet. You don't even, let's just say allegedly all of the stuff is true or whatever. Like, that's not how you handle business. Like, you gotta have some decorum when if you're gonna be in that world. And
And
clearly,
also, y'all are I think they're forgetting that they are adults.
yeah,
And even if they wasn't had they full hand in it, any type of you knew something about it can get you up
yeah, because you so
in this
used to
situation.
being protected by your father or whatever. But if this stuff is real that they saying, like, you can be in trouble too.
Bro, and
Because
y'all got, and then my thing is, y'all have little sisters.
that's my thing, and I get it. That's your father. You're gonna support your father or whatever the case may be, and that's totally fine. Stand by your people. But you got to think about that was somebody's sister, somebody's daughter, somebody's child, and you would be going to war if somebody did something like that to your sister. But for you to, and allegedly, this one of the sons is a part of this whole conspiracy or whatever. Like, he's in one of the lawsuits, and he the one that's talking the most. I'm like, sir, like, have you not heard about like just being quiet?
Quiet.
And I blame Diddy because my daddy, if we was doing some stupid, he would have been like, look,
You
shut
need to
up.
shut your ass up. But Diddy gives me he don't care if it's, because obviously the dark skinned boy is his. Quincy ain't his. Is the other one his? The other boy?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. They all,
So
the only one
Quincy
that's
is
not
the only
his
one
is,
that's not
yeah,
biologically his.
correct.
So these are your biological children,
Like, you can tell them to be like,
But Diddy gives me, I don't give a fuck about nobody but myself. And if you
uh,
grown ass man, if you want to go out there and step out there on that ledge
yeah,
and,
he
and put
definitely gives
yourself,
me, I would sacrifice my kids to save myself type of
bro, because
deal.
once them little girls get older,
Yeah,
well,
they gonna, and
they almost grown.
yeah, they
Almost.
got to be almost 18 now because they just went to
The twins
graduation.
just turned 17, I think.
Mm,
Cause did that single girl, is she before the twins or after the twins? Cause it's a single girl that's
I think
by
she was
herself.
before them.
So I think she the one that just graduated. Cause he didn't go. Well, yeah,
So
she the one that just
they must have went
graduated.
to junior prom then because they did go to
Maybe,
prom.
maybe. But it recently. It was the girl that's by herself. She just graduated. Cause I was like, did he show up to her graduation? Cause they didn't show
Yeah.
no pictures of him with her at the graduation. But
Mm,
everybody else was at all her other siblings was there.
yeah, I'm sure he was probably there in the cut, but just, out of respect for her to let her have her
Yeah,
moment.
I probably like, Dad. You don't
Stay
have to
your
be.
ass at home.
You don't have to be Diddy today. You can.
You can be Sean in the back,
Yeah,
okay?
in the cut, in the music videos, dancing on stage.
You so stupid. But I don't know.
But
I really want them to actually feel like they trying to learn a lesson from this, because I honestly at this point, like, I don't think there's going to be any criminal situation happening unless they got some recent stuff that just recently popped off and we just don't know about it or whatever. But
yeah, that whole Biggie situation, even if since it's Biggie's mom, the Biggie situation, with the Tupac situation, I don't think anybody's gonna ever fully know what
well,
happened.
one
Didn't
of the
happen.
dudes that admitted to, I think he's lying, but he
But then
admitted to
people
being
like they
the,
think he lying. He just somebody just probably paid him off to just
because
So
literally every person that was involved in the Tupac thing died within a week of the murder.
yeah, and
So
I
it's
think
kind of like,
I think his mom, she's just Biggie's mom. I think she old. It's all this stuff coming out about Diddy again, and it's like,
and it's easy to be like, let's ask her what she think, because we
yeah,
know it's
like
gonna get some clicks.
yeah, she old. She's don't you won't never get over grieving your child. Like he was what 20 or in his 20,
26.
26. Like he has so much life to live. You got these grandkids that's looking exactly like him that you got to look at every day, and it's you somebody who don't want to give y'all the rights or whatever y'all rightfully to whatever he got going on. So she old. They were gonna take advantage of that.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what they did, because right now the era that we live in is just like clickbait. What can I get to put on my main page that could get the biggest reaction? And I think that that's kind of the society that we live in right now, which I hate, because it's not about the truth. That's
Yeah,
why we always tell you guys, this is the Misguided Misfits podcast. Please do your own research when it comes to certain topics or whatever, because we're not the news, we're not experts, we're just two girls from Chicago telling y'all our thoughts, okay? And I think that we live in this era where it's just like, now, what can we be the first person to report on some shit? It don't matter if we right or wrong, because we can come back later and say, oops, my bad, or whatever. Like, I really think that and especially like with the AI and all that stuff happening now, it's so easy to be manipulated into whatever the hot topic of the day is. And our attention spans are so short, to the point where we'll just repost whatever it is that's popping without doing any research into what's going on in reality. So if you see Biggie's mom says blah blah blah, of course you're gonna click that link and be like, ooh, what Biggie mom said,
and they
And
probably ain't even telling the whole story of what she probably said, like,
yeah.
because don't nobody really know behind the scenes of what she probably interaction she done probably had with that man, like, you know. And maybe that day she just wanted to say she wanted to slap him. She might not have felt like that any other day, but that day.
But all it takes is one time, one question to answer. And then I don't know though, because I would assume that she's been getting some kind of money, because how else would she be staying afloat all these years? So I'm sure that he probably has looked out for her in the past or whatever. So
Yeah,
I'm like, girl, be careful
that's
now.
what I'm saying. Like, it's probably some other, just other stuff that's probably happened recently that they probably, probably got into it about something or something like that. Like, you know how old folks be. She done probably called that man and said, "You down there hitting on that girl?"
Girl, you so stupid. You gonna get us canceled. I forgot she was what, Jamaican or something.
I think so.
And I'm just like, why y'all leave that lady alone?
But
Okay. Let
also,
her.
it's kind of like y'all ask her that question. What's she gonna say? Oh, Diddy is the greatest person in the world. I don't have nothing bad to say about Diddy. Like,
Yeah, yeah, because then people gonna be looking at her like, girl.
we think he killed your son. You talk about he the greatest person ever.
Sorry. Lord, allegedly, we think.
Allegedly, he might have had something to do with her son getting
But
killed.
then I don't know though, cause like, what do I gain from him dying if I'm Diddy? Cause he was making me the money. So why would I kill my
I
cash
know they
cow?
was saying Biggie was trying to leave, like in the process of leaving to start his
I did see something like that.
situation and all this. You know, he was in the process of leaving, and I guess at the time around he died, they was, you know, I guess he was fulfilling whatever obligations to
Um,
him is what is people are saying. But apparently I seen somewhere else where it was like it's been evidence that Biggie was actually leaving Bad Boy
um,
and was starting his own thing. So I don't know. I mean it's hard to like beat those conspiracies when you just not giving these folks back they masters to their stuff. You done made all he
um,
made all that money off making a band, and where's any of them people at now?
bruh,
Like,
cause I miss Day 26 and I miss Danity Kane. Like,
but
definitely top tier when it comes to
because with
music.
that situation, especially Diddy Kane, like you know they had their show, and I'm like, okay, I get it. It was probably like some backhand stuff. You know, these all grown women, people making side decisions and stuff. But I'm like, Diddy, you is doing a whole lot. And these women is making you a whole lot of money right now for you to just be like, well, I'm firing all y'all. And I'm just keeping Dawn and
Yeah.
whatever the other girl is. But he definitely has definitely gives me because I only been to New York once or twice, so I don't know if that's fully had. Because he from New York, right? Or am I
Who?
tripping?
Yeah,
So where's
from New
Diddy
York.
from?
Yeah, they from New York.
But so I don't know. But he's people from New York, y'all know better. But he definitely gives me old man Chicago, born and raised vibes. They think they know everything. They want you to drop at their feet. Don't
Mm,
question them about nothing. It is what it is. Don't inconvenience me. I run this type of energy. So I
yeah,
had to
I
keep
agree. But I just was hitting. It was hitting close to home.
because I had to. I'm freaking trying to leave work the other day. This man in here, he bad at the little cash register girl, the cashier, because she trying to check people out. We have to close the doors because it was almost time to close. And so the girl trying to check these people out. So he went to the door. It wasn't open. So he like, I heard him be like, "Hey, I need to get out." And so she was like, "Okay, hold on." And he going off on her, so I had to go out there to let him out because
What?
I'm like, "Okay,
Just a
sir,
random girl though?
no, she the cashier. Like she was a cashier, but we were closing, and so she had people, these two guys in front of her trying to check them out, but we had closed and locked the doors because it was time to go. So the other dude
Mm.
was trying to leave out, but of course the door didn't open. So he like trying to go off on her. So I go out there, I open up the door. He was like, "Oh, you heard her smart ass mouth." So
Ooh,
at that point, I don't care if she did say something smart to you. I'm not finna go against my coworker, my employee. So I said, "Okay, sir, you have a good night."
like
And
what do
so
you want me to do? Like they be
as he
want you. They want you to fire somebody right there in front of them.
bro, and
Like,
then as he walking out, he looking at me upside my head. What you want me to say? I'm not finna argue with you either, cause you only was standing there for 2 seconds. He act like he was standing there for 10 minutes waiting for somebody to open up the door. Like
yeah, I'm
I
like,
don't care
dude.
who you are, old man. I don't care who you are out on the streets. Get your ass up out this store. I open up the door for you. Now walk your old ass up
and,
out of here now.
and I'm like, I don't understand why they think we gonna band together against our coworker who we know. Like, we don't know you.
Bro.
There's
Then
been so many times.
it was another lady standing there. She was trying to get in. I ended up letting her in because we was closed. Like we closed the doors like 5 minutes early or whatever. So I let her in so she could pick up her order. So sir, I'm not finna sit there and argue with you. I get this lady standing here. I'm not finna argue with you.
Bro,
I don't
I don't
care.
have the chance to argue with it. Like, I'm at the point in my life. where I'm not arguing with anybody. Like my block hand is super strong. If I feel like you bringing any negative energy into my spirit, blocked. Like sorry, not sorry. Cause ain't nobody got time for that. Like life is too short to be just walking around trying to start conflict everywhere you go. Like go get some help or whatever. Like if you got
Please,
to be freaking arguing with somebody that's just trying to do their job, like
bro. Like,
we like you said, we don't want to be here. So
you think I want to be having sit here have this conversation with you? You think I want to keep you up in here? Is that be the real thing? You think I want to keep you up in here?
no, get out of here.
No. The only reason why we make sure the doors is locked and closed is so people won't be just randomly walking up in here sliding the doors open.
Mm,
But no, do you think like, sir, like, and then I guess he felt some type of way because the girl is young and she look young. I look young. Like, no, you not finna sit here and talk to us crazy. Like,
I don't care how old you are. Respect is respect, and I feel like we have been like ingrained with that whole respect your elders, which I do respect my elders, but I also feel like respect is something that has to be earned. It's a transaction, like it's a reaction. Like, you don't just get to be a butthole to somebody and be like, well, I'm 65, so that means that I get to be a butthole to you. Like, that's not right.
bro, and working in customer service, you realize how much I be looking at people sometimes and I be like, I had to learn basic common sense and respectfulness when I was growing up. And some of these older people don't have no type of respect at all. Like coming up to the counter talking on the phone and you think somebody if after I said, how can I help you? And you still on the phone and you ain't saying nothing and you think I'm finna keep at no. You just gonna stand there. Cause
Yeah,
who
because that's
absolutely
crazy
not.
to think that somebody's supposed to just sit up there and, like, all you got to do is tell the person, hey, hold on real quick. Because I'm the queen of being on my phone. And I just tell somebody, hold on real quick, let me do what I need to do real quick. And then most of the time I'm talking to Isis. I'm like, girl, hold on, let me do hi, can I get blah blah blah? And I go about my day.
Bro. And
It,
it bro. I know we've I think we've done another episode before a while ago about working in customer service and working with the public. But it just be something like new every day
yeah,
dealing with
you never,
people.
like, I literally have uh I had an interaction with like somebody who works for the same company that I work for. And I was like, hey, I called this customer. They had some questions. Can you reach out to them or whatever? So they're like, oh, the customer told me that they didn't know if you worked for the company or whatever. So you should have did blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, hold on. Like, who are you talking to? And he's like, I'm like, the customer never said that. And, you don't know what the customer has been told. You don't know what if that's like a customer like, oh, that employee told me X, Y, and Z. I can't confirm or deny that whoever told you whatever because I wasn't there. And they're like, yeah, one thing I don't like is for somebody to yell at me or to make me feel like I don't know how to do my job. And I was just like trying to calm myself down because I'm like, yo, I'm good at my job and I don't like for you to insinuate that I'm not based off a conversation that you weren't even involved in. Like, no. So I
Bro.
just, it's just crazy. And it's like you say, every day you experience something new. And I think to myself a lot, you like, these people have children, grandchildren. I'm like, how are y'all
Also,
surviving?
the people that these teachers that come in here, these educators, these community figures, because when you working in the city of Chicago, you come across a lot of different people. All of these people that's supposed to be coming in contact with the public and stuff, and the way they be coming there and acting to people that work in customer service is horrible.
Wow.
Absolutely horrible. I can't stand, and I know teachers, but some of these teachers, I see why the kids cut up the way they do. it started at home, and that's where it started with. But the way some of these teachers be coming up in here to where I work at, and they be cutting the food the way they do, especially around back to school time. If I knew exactly what school they work at, I would call up there and report them, because it's
Is
really,
that bad?
it be so bad sometimes. Like they be in line and you be like, "Hello, how you doing? Oh, I'm tax exempt," and da da da, and you just be like, "Well, damn, bitch, hello to you too." Like, the fuck, like, I don't give a damn that you tax exempt. I didn't.
Yeah, I think people we've lost a lot of humanity when it comes to that part or whatever. But I just think that we all just need to come together and just. It's just so much negative in the world already. So to add any more negative into the world is insanity to me. But what do you think? And I don't know if this is 100. I was reading a thing so we can get back on to the topics for the day. I was reading this thing that said that Lenny Kravitz has been celibate for 9 years. Do you? I don't. First off, I don't know if that's true, and if it is, kudos to him because that's a very difficult thing to do. Because me personally, I don't think I could do it. I
I
don't have the
mean,
willpower.
I think it's true. I think he did. I think he actually did come out and say that. I believe it was actually a him thing. He came out and said that himself. But it could be true. How old is he now? 50 what?
Is he
In his
fit? No, he got to be in. Is he in his 50s? I don't. I think he older than that. Let me see. But he is a fine man to be however old he is. Like,
But
and
also, I think that people forget that he Lenny
he's
Kravitz is
60.
obviously okay. 60. Lenny. So that means what, at 51 he stopped having sex. Also, celibacy is different definitions for people. So when I think of
Mm,
celibacy, I think of you not having like any sexual intercourse with anybody, like of any kind. But he might think of it as, I'm not sticking my penis in somebody, but he might have been.
maybe that's interesting. That's a very good point. I didn't even think of what his definition of celibacy is, and then he also could be doing like, are you not masturbating? It's a lot of things that could go
But
into.
also, you got to think about, like you just said, to be 60, he is a great looking man. He has always been good looking ever since
He
I've
didn't had a lot of
known
sex
who.
too, so he probably kind of just
Yeah,
like.
like he probably didn't have so much sex. It's just kind of like, all right, I'm over this. I'm
And
tired.
they do have a thing, at least for men, that they say like semen retention is like really good for you, like your body. And y'all can go on a tangent with this if y'all want to and go down a rabbit hole. But it's supposed to be like this thing where like if you don't ejaculate, like your mind is clearer and all type of shit. So maybe that's the vibe that he on because he's definitely one of those really, really spiritual type of people. And I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but I think that at one point he had like a sex addiction. I think that was him. Don't quote me on that one. But I think that he might have had a sex addiction at one point, and that was the reason why he had broke up with some of the women that he had dated in the past. I can't don't again, this is a Misguided Misfits podcast, so make sure you're always fact checking on your own because this is all just speculation. But I think it's pretty cool. Like if he cool with that and he has taken the time to really heal his mind, body, and spirit, I think it's pretty dope. He says that he's ready to settle down, which is crazy how men will do
Bro,
everything and fuck
he's 60 damn
everything and
years
then
old.
be
Talking about
like,
he
I'm
ready to
ready to
settle
settle.
down. Sir. Also, that could have been what it was. Like, 50 is not old. Like, 50 not old like how it used to be old back in the day. But, 50 is up there. You start reevaluating your life. This man had done a lot in his short time here on earth. Like, I mean, 9 years do seem like it's really it is a long time. But, hey, if that's, it's just the people that's coming out talking about, I could never do, and he's like, well, nobody asked you to. He didn't say you should do that too. He just said that's what he did, or that's what's been going on in his life. Nobody. Nobody asked you what you would or could or should do. I don't.
And honestly, shoot, you never know what you would or could, should, cause you might have something happen to you and then your thing don't work no more.
I about to say it might be something going on. It might be something. I mean, I'm not wishing nothing on nobody, but maybe he had a health scare, health issue. So people don't. Men don't realize that in the instant, just women as well. Your reproductive stuff can be done over with. You could wake up one morning and that thing don't get up, and ain't no Viagra, Cialis,
Mm.
so the honey packs from the gas station. Ain't none of that's
Those
gonna help
honey
you
packs
out.
is dangerous.
I've
First
never
off,
had one.
well, you don't. I don't think they might have honey packs for women. I don't know.
They do.
Do that? Mm-mm. I don't
Mm.
need that because got that thing on.
Oh, I've never personally experienced that, so
Girl,
I don't know. I just know about them. But
girl,
men,
girl.
y'all know that thing don't work.
Be-
Y'all think women be going through it when we find out you can't have kids. Y'all be really going through it when y'all find out that thing don't work.
And they be doing everything they can.
I
Like
mean, Jesus Christ, you be like, okay, well,
it's okay. Like just go and go get my toy and we can get this thing popping. Zip, 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 and then you good to go.
I mean, I can see as a young man, if that was something that happened to you, I can see how that could be, kind of a traumatizing thing. But hell, as you get older, eh, I mean, if
Bruh.
it don't work, if the sperm is there, somebody can get it out of you, and you can make a baby some type of way. And
Yeah.
it's a woman out there. I think men fail to always realize it is a woman out there that's gonna love you with your
Yeah.
stinky draws, your stanky.
Hmm.
They gonna love you regardless. You just gotta find the right one. Is it hard? Absolutely. But it's a woman out there that's gonna love you regardless. I mean, if that was the only, if I had a Lenny Kravitz and that was the only thing that was, I don't know.
Yeah. Cause honestly,
I'm
don't
not
get
saying that that's his issue, but if I
but
had somebody that looked like him and he had a little problem or something, like we could work around that.
yeah, cause I think that sex to me, and I don't know, maybe it's because I've been in a relationship for almost 10 years, but sex to me is like the least, it's not important, but it's also like not a deal breaker because honestly, you never know. And I don't like to put my personal business out there, but you never know what could happen to somebody, whatever. They can get in a car accident and be paralyzed from the waist down. And if you put so much emphasis on that part of your relationship and then that part goes away, then what are you gonna do? Like you got to make sure you genuinely like that person outside of the sexual aspect. And once you do that, I really think that it opens up a whole new world for your relationship. And then you can always add that part back and back because you never know. Maybe once he decides to settle down or whatever, then y'all can explore. I could do a whole seminar on.
Bro, if you get your man comfortable enough, y'all ain't gotta talk about it with everybody. It ain't nobody business what y'all do. But if you get your man comfortable enough, you can get him to do it. Y'all can figure it out. Y'all can work it out.
Yes, when
Okay,
I tell you there are so many things, y'all
y'all
better get
can,
y'all a black box with a
bro.
lock
Y'all
on it.
can work it out, and it'll be all okay. I mean, hey,
Especially if you're thinking about being with somebody forever. Like that means that at some
because
point,
forever means they're eventually gonna get, men and women. Forever means that they're gonna eventually get old, and things change.
bro,
Even in our
because
30s,
the
things
way
change,
these titties be swinging low,
bro. Having
girl,
babies, having kids, that stuff changes. Everything ain't always gonna be how it was when you first got with somebody.
and you gotta learn to love each other in every phase of life because you're gonna grow. They say we shed our skin every so often. So if you think that our body is doing that, like it's certain foods that I didn't like when I was a kid that now I like as an adult. It's certain
Because I
foods that I
definitely eat
like,
onions a lot more now that I'm.
bruh. I ate a raw onion on something the other day and it wasn't bad.
I can eat raw onions on hamburgers and hot dogs now.
Yeah, they gotta be like chopped though. I can't eat like a circle raw onion, like one of them on a sandwich.
Surprisingly, I can.
Wow, but like it shows you like your skin routine has to change. Your clothing changes, like everything changes. So I think that it's important to just to go with the flow. And I really want J Lo to understand that like it's okay to change. It's okay to shift and to pivot. Like you can't expect to have the same pool that you used to have in the early 2000s. And I think it's really unfortunate too because a lot of people have come out and said that they have sung songs for her and blah blah blah, the Ashanti thing, and it's a bunch of people like saying it's not her voice. Which me personally, I don't really care about that when it comes to like an artist. Like people talk about rappers not writing their music. I don't care about that either or whatever. As long as the performance or whatever is good, I don't care. And if you guys haven't seen J Lo cancel her tour, she says it's because she's going to be spend time with her family, which is perfectly fine. She got a husband and kids and stepkids or whatever. That's fine. But in reality, allegedly, it's because the ticket sales wasn't ticket selling the way they was supposed to, and
Also,
she
it's a lot of concerts and tours happening right now.
folks is broke.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. If I had to choose between seeing Megan Thee Stallion on tour right now,
Chris
Nicki
Brown,
Minaj is on tour right now, Chris Brown about to start his tour,
T
Tank is about to
Pain,
be T Pain is on tour, Tank is about to be on tour or
yeah.
already started tour with Jasmine Sullivan and somebody else.
Yeah, I think oh girl gonna be with him too. What's the girl?
It's
Carrie Hilson.
Houston.
Yep, she gonna be on tour with him, and I think 112, one of them groups from back then is gonna
It's a
be with him
lot
too.
of stuff that's happening this summer, and I am so sorry, J Lo. You are not an elite employee of the summer that I would spend my money to go see. I don't because I know J Lo songs, but I don't know enough J Lo songs to where I'm
And
like
then
I
a lot of her
spend
songs
my.
got P Diddy on it, so is she still performing them?
That might be what the real issue is,
Ooh, I didn't even think of that. That's interesting.
because I mean, then she got her Spanish stuff,
Oh
but
yeah, that one movie that she had that came out, where she married that teacher man or whatever. That soundtrack was actually really good, and I listened to it.
but
I can't remember
honestly,
the name of it though.
I gotta ask my friend because she not like the Selena of the Hispanic
Hell
people.
no, definitely not.
So even her Spanish stuff, I don't
Cause
know,
she can't speak Spanish.
which is crazy to me when you talk about I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Puerto Rican, and you can't speak Spanish.
Yep,
I
the
no,
fact that your
let
white
me
husband can speak Spanish
let
and you
me
can,
rephrase that because obviously there are people of Hispanic descent. You know, their families they might be second, third generation. They might not be able to speak the language because they wasn't taught for whatever reason. So let me not say that. But when you are boldly just always putting in people's face, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Puerto Rican, and you 50 something years old, and you telling me that you ain't freshened up on your Spanish at all in this time, and you got whole albums and songs in Spanish, and you stuttering and trying to figure out what you trying to say in Spanish on TV to somebody,
yeah, like don't even speak to somebody in
and
Spanish
your
if you,
husband was what he had a movie or something going on and went to a Spanish country and was just speaking like he just
bruh,
Hispanic as you and he just as white as
he speak
white can
fluent
be.
Spanish.
Bro, he white as the white can be and just
Bruh, my daddy speak better Spanish than her. And he learned Spanish because he was working at a fast food restaurant that had a lot of Hispanic people there, and
bro,
he learned Spanish from there.
bro.
So I'm just like, bruh, but whatever. Hopefully, she gets to spend all the time with her family and goes from there. And like, I'm at the point where I'm very nostalgic. I love like the old, and I think everybody is gonna love the music and the artists from the time that they were young and growing up. And I'm a big fan of Eminem. I'm a big fan of like the Dre's, the Tupac, like that whole era of rap and music, I'm just biased on. And for the first time ever, I can say that I really want Eminem to never make another song again. And this is coming from somebody who has every Eminem album, even the last album that he came out with, "Songs to Murder." I think it's like "Songs to Murder 2" or something like that, which is an insane title for a movie for a album. Let me see. I think it's "Songs to Murder 2." Let me look it up. That album was actually not terrible. I like that album. Or maybe it's "Songs to Be Murdered By." Music to Be Murdered By. That's what it's called, and it was actually pretty good. He had a song with Young M.A. that I love very much. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I might be a little
She's very
biased.
much biased.
I love, and I'm so
She is
happy to see
she is
her.
very partial to Young M.A.
Yes, I love Young M.A. But let me look at that album though. That album was actually really good. Let me see what other songs that he got on there that I actually liked. First off, can we stop having this song? This album has 36 songs on it. I know I talked about that last week, but please keep it. 15 is a really good number. Between 10 and 15 songs is perfect. Anything over that, like my mind can't process.
Well, I guess in his case, he like, well, when the next time I'm gonna make an album?
He got a song with Juice World, R.I.P., that I really liked from this album that was really good. And there's a song with Ed Sheeran that I really like. Ooh, there's a song with "You Gonna Learn" is one of my favorite songs off this album. This album was pretty decent. But this song, Houdini, and I get it, it's supposed to be a play on what's the song? What's the song? The Eminem song where he was doing all that crazy shit with the Michael Jackson reference in it.
That's not Slim Shady, is it?
No, no. I can't exactly remember the name of the song. I'm
Uh,
very bad at that type of like. It was on
I can see
Encore.
the I can see the video because it's basically he redoing the video, and I can see the
Hmm.
video, but I can't because it's the one he's scaling up the side of the
Is
building.
it Just Lose It?
Just lose it.
Ah,
Go crazy.
ah. Yeah, I
I
think it's
don't
that
know.
one. But it's one of the songs off Encore, whatever. And I love Eminem, and we love him for him being like, I'm gonna say the most outrageous shit to get a reaction. Like that's really what he does. He don't like if y'all think that Eminem believes any of the shit that he be saying in his music, like no. Like and people are like, oh, he threw shots at Megan Thee Stallion. And he said some stuff about a bunch of other people in the song, RuPaul, a bunch of people. And I was just like, y'all, he just be saying shit. I don't even think that he be knowing what he be saying. And I'm just like, please, just go be a grandfather at some point. Like,
I guess it was just because it's so random that he. I mean, it's not random. He came out with the song, but it is kind of. I don't like. I like Eminem's music, but I'm not like a. I know all his stuff. Like I might know Encore because that was probably like one of the biggest situations that was happening at the time when it came out. So I probably know a lot of stuff off of that, and
yeah,
obviously.
Encore, the Marshall, the Eminem show, that one. Because
I was
that's
about to say,
with,
and then of course all his like big when he first came out, all his like big mainstream stuff. But when first of all, I haven't listened to the whole song. I only got that snippet of like the beginning part of it that only has the Meg the Part Stallion part of it. And when I first heard it, I didn't even catch what he was saying. I thought he was just saying like he wanted a feature.
but
Well,
then he
with
said, he didn't say feature. He said,
I
he was like, can I get a feat? Because, if you look
yeah.
at feature, it look like feet or whatever, like the wording.
Yeah, but my brain was just like, would I have a chance to get a feature? Like I thought, I didn't realize it was a diss at first, and I was like, oh, okay, he better want a feature with Meg Thee Stallion. And then I was like, oh, once everybody was like, oh, he dissing her, and I was
But
like,
then why
huh?
would they gotta know something that we don't know. Because why is everybody dissing her?
I don't know. She been trying to be quiet and to herself after she dropped the little stuff with Nicki Minaj, her little music or whatever. She just been doing her thing. For I don't know, but Eminem did have a couple songs with Nicki Minaj, so maybe they still cool. Maybe they still right.
Ah, maybe. I didn't
But
even
it's
think of
kind of
that.
like, if that's the case, sir, you are in your 50s in women's business. Chill out.
That's the thing too. Like, why are you in women's business? Like,
But
please.
again, maybe I don't know. Like, I know people were saying like Meg Thee Stallion has been known to be like uh very mean or hostile or
Oh,
whatever the case may
really?
be. Apparently, I don't know. But this all stuff that's been coming out all ever since she well, no, because remember, her was that her hairstylist or the
Yeah.
clothing guy? Like, but even he didn't really say nothing bad about her per se. I know he was just kind of saying like, obviously, like they wasn't. But I don't ever remember him saying like anything like horrible about working with her or for her. So I don't know. I, look, if
Like,
I was
leave
Meg
that girl
Thee Stallion
alone.
and I'm in my damn 20s and I'm making all this money and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, I mean, it don't mean you got to be a bad person. But shit, the girl from the South, she from fucking Texas and she black and a woman, and she ain't got her mama or her daddy. What the fuck do y'all expect?
Yeah, look.
I think I'd be a little angry and fucked up too.
Yeah, and she just trying to heal, and I think a lot of
Bro,
people
living
need,
in Texas alone as a black person, I think I would be.
bro. But I live in Alabama, I can't talk.
Bro, that's a lot that goes. Living as a black person in the South, there's a lot that goes into that. Okay,
Yeah, and I'm just like, Lord, just I want everybody to just be like Sexy Red. Just do whatever the hell you want to do, and just have
bow,
fun with your
bow,
life.
bow, bow. Cause
Cause
she
Sexy Red is just doing. She is like my spirit animal. Like she is doing everything and anything that she want to do, and I'm here for it. Cause I don't know if we
and I
talked about it
love that
last week.
she's open to that. Is what I really.
Yes, like literally, she was on NXT, and I don't know if we talked about it last week because I think it happened after we filmed the last current episode. But she was on NXT, and for you guys that don't know what NXT is, it's basically like the training camp for up and coming wrestlers or whatever. And she's hosting the whatever pay-per-view they have coming out. Like she literally had Shawn Michaels in her car like singing wrestling theme songs, and whether you want to admit it or not, WWE has had some kind of effect on pretty much everybody in some stage of their adolescence to adulthood, because I'm still watching every I don't watch on Mondays and Fridays. I watch it the day after because I don't want to have commercials. But I just love that she's free and living life and just being her authentic self. And I think everybody could kind of take a note from her because she's really just doing her
Bro,
big one.
I mean,
And
everybody
shout
ain't
out
gotta
to her.
talk about they thing is pink and they booty hole brown. You ain't gotta say
Bruh,
that.
I remember when I first
But
heard that, I was just like, what the
oh,
fuck? And
everybody was like,
now,
"Oh my god, she's so vulgar." Now everybody's talking about bow, bow,
bruh,
bow.
I
Uh
say
huh.
that at least 5 times a day. Like, I freaking love
Bro,
her. I love her
y'all want to talk
personality.
about y'all want to talk about these women rappers and they don't rap about nothing now. First of all, as rappers, period, what are they supposed to be talking about nowadays?
Because if they start talking about world peace, y'all gonna be like, turn that shit off.
Bro, I don't want to hear that all the time. Like, I don't like we need stuff in the summertime when it's hot
Bruh.
outside and we go to parties and stuff. We need that music, and I don't want to be hearing female rappers ain't always got to be about some conscious stuff, because
Bruh, it's okay for them to talk because
as
men
much
talk
as
about our bodies. Why we can't talk about our own bodies?
bro, and as much I hate when women get online and be like, "Oh, they just first of all, first of all, y'all is the same ones that be out here and y'all be letting these men do whatever to y'all for free. So why you might as well just have the music to go with it. You might as well. Y'all like to be going out there to the Bahamas and Dubai and Jamaica. What y'all listen to over there? Y'all ain't listen to their music. Cause they playing Sexy Red. They playing American music over there too.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Like, and for me, it's like an escape. I feel like, um, I get to become another person when I listen to Sexy Red, when I listen to Glorilla. Like, I'm literally, it's 7 p.m. on Friday. It's 95
First
degrees.
of all, you are so old. That is 7 p.m. on Friday.
Dad, that's what she said? Is she
No,
name?
she don't say on. She just say it's 7 p.m. Friday.
Ah, whatever. Whatever. Y'all know the damn lyrics to the song. And I be singing that shit. She was like, I ain't got them niggas. And I be singing it like knowing sitting right next to his ass. But that's my
Bro.
shit, okay?
Also, you know what I hate now? That they didn't mess up the dang on sound because married women and people in relationships, now they got the, she just say 7 p.m. Friday is 95 degrees. When she gets to the second part, people just, it's blank now. It ain't nothing. I'm like,
Ah, what?
this song ain't for you. I'm sorry. Glow didn't make this song for you. Don't bleep out that part
And
because
you
you
can
got a
sing the
man.
song just because you got a man. Bruh, that song, Fuck My Baby Dad, like that is my shit. And I love my husband. He's a great father. But am I going to sing that song to the top of my lungs? Yes, I am. Okay? Because that ain't got to, everything that you listen to ain't a reflection of you as an individual. Sometimes you just want to fucking pop your ass and talk your shit. It's
Bruh. I
okay.
seen one, the lady was doing that, and when we got to that part, it was just the beat, and she showing her ring, and I wanted to say, girl, we do not care. You either gonna sing the song the way it is, or you not,
Yeah, because girl, bye. There's a bunch of songs that we be singing that ain't got shit to do with us.
bro. But
Like, for
please
real.
let these young people, and I think that as we get older, especially because we on the younger end of millennial, like older millennials forget that y'all was a part of Freaknik. Do y'all not remember that?
Bro, I just
Y'all
wish
not
that
remember,
I wish we could have been a part of Freaknik, the spring MTV Spring Break. We
bro?
was
And
like
that's why I
right
be like,
there.
do y'all not remember that y'all end of the generation was a part of that era of people exposing a booty hole, going to the South and exposing they big booty holes, wearing the most skimpiest clothes and bikini
Bro,
tops.
remember Girls
And
Gone Wild? Remember
bro,
that?
y'all was a part of that era, and I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong because you have to live your life the way you want to live it, but y'all got to live y'all life the way that y'all wanted to live y'all life. And these girls that's up and coming, they if they a bad influence on your child, that means you are doing a horrible job at parenting.
Mm-hmm.
These women is rapping about what they want to rap about, and if they want to rap about their bodies and having sex and all this and that and the third, that is their business. Cause guess what? That they get to keep moving and living on with their life. Y'all the ones that's worried about what they got going on.
Yeah, I need 5 albums from Sexy Red and Glorilla this summer.
Cause I'm
And
not going to lie, girl. Also, shout out to Sexy Red because she just dropped her album, and I need to fully listen to it, but she got this birthday song on there. Perfect for me as a summer baby. Perfect. If I have a man by that time, you know what? To my future husband out there, wherever you are, I am so sorry for the shenanigans that are going to happen at our wedding reception. But if you're
yes.
marrying me, you already know the inside ratchet that I am because the reception is going to be crazy.
I wish I can get a do-over because if I could find that DJ from my wedding and be his ass, I want to be his ass. Like my daddy wouldn't let me fight him at the wedding because that's the one thing about my wedding that I would redo is that fucking shit. He didn't even play the correct song for me to walk down the aisle to, bruh. And I'm sitting there like I know goddamn well this. I don't even remember the fucking song he played. All I know is it wasn't the right fucking song.
But I need all the ratchetry. I want the
Yes,
R&B. I want the early
you
2000s.
need to put
We
on
need,
the. You got to put on the invitation. Old people leave at.
bro, because after 8 o'clock,
It's
if you
gonna
don't
be
want to
fucking
hear it,
popping.
bro, I need all the line dances. I need all of that because by the time I get married to somebody, it's gonna be a big ass situation. So I just need to do it up, and I need all that music because the one song that I especially want to be playing is the international player anthems. I love that song, and that just kind of just sets the tone, even though it's not an appropriate wedding song. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
That is so funny. But
But
y'all, if y'all made it this far in the episode, I want y'all to know from the bottom of our hearts, we talked about hardly nothing that was on the list of for us to talk about today. And that's okay. I appreciate being able to just have a conversation with my best friend and let the world listen to it.
this is the episode where you can say ISIS be cussing.
Because this is Isis truth. Like, I really sometimes wish that you guys could see Isis through the lens of me. And this is no disrespect to any of her other friends, but like my Isis, like my Isis is better than y'all Isis. Okay, I'm sorry, whatever, and I stand by that. And I cannot wait for the rest of the world to see my Isis because they're good. She may not ride with you to the jailhouse, but
I mean, no, I'm
she
not gonna lie. Nope.
you can't even tell that lie.
Nope.
Isis ain't going to jail for you,
I
but
am
she
a
definitely a
great
rider.
I am a great friend. I'm
She
great
definitely is a
friend.
great friend, a great godmother, a great auntie,
But I would be that person on the first 48. As soon as they put me in that room, I'm
bruh.
crying. I'm sliding down the wall because I'm not going to jail. As soon as they be like, if you
Bruh,
don't
they
tell
gonna
us,
get
you
ISIS that
get,
Burger King meal. Is if you ever see
bro,
somebody with food during the
bro.
interrogation, they telling
As soon as they be
everything.
like, if you don't tell us the truth, you going to jail. It could be one day. Oh my God, no! I'm shaking.
Girl, I cannot.
They gotta come give me medical attention because I didn't hype myself up and gave myself a damn anxiety attack. Uh.
That is hilarious. But if you guys made it this far, we love you guys. Make sure you guys are following us on all social media at Misguided Misfits Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that jazz. We're trying to get the video aspect of our podcast back on. So get ready to see us in our natural state. I'm super excited about that. Um, also, make sure you guys are shopping the Juneteenth merch on bedrockcosmetics.com. Make sure you guys are checking that out. We have some awesome designs on there so we can celebrate freedom together. Also, I'm on my way to $1 million, okay? $1 at a time so I can have my
Oh my
son.
goodness,
So
Lord
make
have
sure you
mercy.
guys are shopping on Bedrock Cosmetics so I can become a millionaire and have a son. And Ro also said that with all of this, once we move, I can have chickens, okay? So you guys are helping me expand my family and get the farm that I always wanted. So make sure you guys are going to
If that
bedrockcosmetics.com.
ain't the most countryest shit I'd have never heard, Lord. I love my friend. I love her so much.
Bruh, you gonna be eating the shit from my farm though.
I will, and I appreciate it when I come and visit. That's the one good thing about being a single friend out of your friend group, because you get treated like the extra child.
Bruh, my mama
And I
says the
love it
same
for
thing when she
myself.
comes to visit because we cook every day. So when
Bro,
you come over here, we cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they be feeling like they at a fucking resort or some shit.
bro, treat it like a queen. Like, one thing I
So
know, and two things for sure. I ain't never gonna be hungry.
definitely not. But also make sure you guys, I think I said that, make sure you guys are following us as always, bedrockcosmetics.com, Misguided Misfits pod not dot com, but Misguided Misfits pod on all social media platforms. Turn on that notification button, hit the like button, follow us on YouTube. If you don't want to use Spotify or Apple Music or whatever you get your podcast, you can check us out on our YouTube page.
And excuse me. You can follow me on Isis Pulls Up a Loop on Instagram. I am working on getting a Depop shop open
Okay.
as well as an Etsy page. I got a Etsy make you go through. You gotta post. It's a lot anyway, but yeah, I'm getting that together. I still haven't put. I still haven't posted anything else on my Instagram, but
One step at a time.
one step at a time. Okay, I'm crocheting stuff. I just got to take the pictures of it. So
But we love you guys. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.
bye.